New Year.
Happy New Year. When is Steve Lynch's last day?
Oh, it's passed. It's gone.
It was the 27th.
Last Friday.
December
He
27th.
wasn't working, was he?
Should we do
No
something
comment.
Yeah.
on behalf of Steve as far as,
We had a resolution for him when he.
and I missed it, I wasn't here.
Oh, okay.
month.
Yeah, we did a
Okay.
resolution for him when he took the county manager position for
Oh.
thanking him for everything that he did for WQMA as the director of planning.
Okay, all right. Very
So.
good. Thank you. That's all I was talking about this morning.
Okay. Minutes? Oh, business?
It's a day late.
Can I take a motion to approve the minutes then? Second?
Yeah.
Okay.
However you want to write that.
I don't write it. Michelle will make the
However you
decision.
want to write that down, Michelle.
I'm the decider.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. I'm allowed to vote, right? I need to vote.
Yeah.
Okay. Any opposed? No? Okay. New business. Priority working groups. Communication and outreach.
I just want to say for all the working groups that this month we'll be working on our year-end report because it's
Okay.
due to be voted on in February.
So should we make meetings for each?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll take charge of that.
Doug is out. Tim, for how long?
Just today.
Just today?
Okay.
Oh, of course he's out today. Real convenient.
Yeah.
Um,
Guess he's stuck with me then.
okay, we'll send out a poll or something and we'll talk about that.
They're mostly done because we met like in
Oh, right, in November.
So
Yeah, okay. Yeah, we had updated ours, part of that, for nutrient and sediment at least. Okay. All right, you guys figure out for communication and outreach and then for invasive species when to meet and if there's any updates that need to be done, otherwise we'll vote next month.
Okay.
All right, agency reports, for the environmental health update, not really much has gone on since last month. We're just working with, I guess our records department, on a project to try to make a lot of our records electronic at the health department, in hopes of getting rid of a lot of paper. And I'm looking to make some stuff septic related more electronic and accessible to the public to reduce office time spent on pulling records, scanning, emailing stuff. So yeah, that's all for me. How about okay, parks? No one has anything for parks, I assume. For planning, Michelle, do you have anything?
We were awarded 2 grants. One was for the county strategic plan, and the other one was for a brownfields assessment outside of the city of Auburn.
Cool.
I think I sent that out, information on the awards, and then I know Soil and Water won some too.
Okay, is that it for you guys?
That's
When do you guys start the strategic plan process? Is that like find a consultant to help do that work and then hire them?
I believe we're doing it in-house.
You are.
Good for you.
Awesome.
All right, soil and water. Tim, do you guys have anything?
Just typical winter operations. Gotta be decent. One gets cold, so try to do what we can, avoid the muddy situation. So guys are working hard there. We did get awarded 2 WQIP grants, one for Cayuga Lake shoreline stabilization, and then a culvert assessment grant for Seneca River watershed. So got those in the works, and then 2 grants we closed out November timeframe. So 2 come off, 2 go on. So good thing to get things off the list and get new ones on. So that'll carry us through the next couple of years, and then still work on the coalition, see what that's going to shake out. And be this time of year, it's kind of hard with everybody having time off, and yeah. So that's pretty much it.
Man.
Sure.
So when do you all start the work on the Cayuga Lake stabilization? I assume the first step is some kind of analysis, and then
Yeah, so we worked with Firelink 15 folks down there. They were interested as a group. I think there were about 20 landowners. They're a pretty good stretch. And then working with the village of Cayuga, they were interested as well. So we coupled the
Okay,
two.
so it's gonna be Firelink 15 and then in the village?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
I didn't
It's
even
not
realize that.
exclusive just to those, but we were just trying to get interest and
Yep.
you start somewhere. So contracts will probably come out to us March, April timeframe. Get the paperwork filled out to them. I guess an executed contract by June, and then typically the permits don't allow for work until November 15th, I believe. That would be the absolute earliest, would be 15th, but.
And how long is it gonna for, so you don't have to complete the work this year then?
No, usually we can go up to 5 years.
Oh, okay, great.
Yeah. Hopefully it doesn't take that long, but we have a couple grants that, especially during COVID, they kind of got extended just because the price of everything went up and
Yeah,
labor force and all that, so.
great, good, thank you.
Yep.
Thank you so much. Okay, Evan, do you have anything for Solid Waste Management Program Office update?
Yeah, hopefully everybody can hear me. Not too much, but we do have an electronics recycling event scheduled for March 22nd. So we're planning on opening registration by the end of the month. But yeah, so I would just keep your eyes and ears open for that. So that's all I got.
Awesome, thank you. Cornell Cooperative, Dan?
Yeah, so our big update is we're gonna be moving back to Grant Avenue sometime in the next 2 to 3 weeks
Where have you
Yeah.
been?
at the community college.
Oh,
So
Building's been renovated.
the building has been renovated.
cool.
We're this close to finishing it, and then we're gonna be, we'll be moving.
How long did it take?
A while.
A while. It's been,
I would have
well,
guessed 3 years.
yeah, because we've been over at the college now for 3.5 years.
Really, it's been that long?
I have
Yeah.
never seen, I've worked at the county almost 3 months now, or 4 years now, and I have never seen cars at your guys' building before.
Yeah.
I always wondered where you all were.
Yes.
Now I know. You'll be back there soon.
We'll be back.
You didn't wonder enough to ask.
No,
You
no.
didn't care that much.
No, I mean, you see the building because you see the CCE
Yeah, yeah.
sign on
Yes.
Grand Ave, but you can't really see like behind it, you kind of just
Yeah,
see the
the
main
sign's
entry.
gone.
Yes, that sign's
And that's
gone
it.
now.
That's exciting.
Yeah,
Good for you guys. Are you gonna put a new sign up? Or
the
not
college
you?
already did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you'll be tenants then of the
Yeah.
college.
Yeah,
Oh.
so it's, they're calling it the Workforce Development Center, so we'll be there, county employment and training, along with their state Department of Labor partners, and then the community college's Office of Workforce Development and Community Education, or something along those lines. I don't have the official title quite right, but,
Business and industry.
yeah.
Keith used to be in charge of that
Oh, right.
Yes, I did.
until they fired him.
They paid me to leave.
Yeah, oh, yeah, well,
That's not true.
So that's kind of gonna be a little bit of project, getting things packed up and all that over the next couple weeks, so
Cool.
that'll be our priority.
Yeah, that's phenomenal.
Yeah.
That's great.
so you, now, just.
Can you host a meeting there?
Yeah, once we're.
Yeah, settled
I don't
in.
know, like.
Maybe in like a few months.
Yeah, not the February meeting.
February.
Yeah,
So you'll get life use there now, is that correct? Is that how it worked out? You guys did in the building in?
20 years.
20 years?
20 years.
I can't remember what the,
That's
Yeah.
our lives.
oh, yeah.
Well, yours, I'm living forever, but.
Yeah, yeah. I think you already have.
I just processed that.
You
That's
think
funny.
I've lived beyond my time. That's not the same thing.
I think you look great for
I know.
ever old.
Yes, exactly, considering how old I am.
Yeah, thank you, Ponce de Leon.
I'm sorry. You know, this is inappropriate, forgive me.
Yeah,
Well, there aren't enough people here, I forget.
is it interesting?
Ageism.
Yeah, remember this goes online.
I
Yeah.
know.
Moving on.
Forgot.
All right. Bad, Ed. Bad.
My name's Seth. My name's Seth. For those online.
Okay, all set, Dan?
Yes.
Okay. City of Auburn, Seth?
I can provide a couple of updates from the city standpoint. So I do believe we also received comprehensive plan grant funding that will be administered by our planning department, but looking forward to participating in that from a utility standpoint. The City of Auburn's been working pretty hard with all of the customers that are currently connected to our water system.
Okay.
Unlike sewer, water reaches from, drinking water reaches from Montezuma to Springport. And we currently have an MOU that's been executed by just about every municipality connected to our water system to move forward and do a comprehensive cost of service analysis, look at different opportunities around regionalizing, potentially, industrial rate setting, perhaps, and looking at different ways to try to attract industry to our area, and really just to start to work together a little bit more closely as it relates to, setting rates on like a 3-year cycle, and just being able to communicate that process to all of our customers. So that'll be a big endeavor for this year. It's been fairly well received, as I mentioned. It's about 8 municipalities that have all signed on to this MOU, and we're going to get going with it here in January. One other thing, right before Christmas, right at the end of last year, we now drafted the RFP for the Owasco Huck 12 stream corridor assessment, which is primarily the Ness and Sucker Brook, but also includes some of the smaller trips that follow the fire lanes down to Owasco Lake. So we're looking to initiate that process here this year as well. Comprehensive stream corridor assessment grant that we received from the state.
Thanks. Sorry I had to step out.
It's okay. No questions?
Yeah, what'd you say? I'll read the minutes. Okay, any other questions? Great. Ed?
We're gonna participate, I think, with the city of Auburn. We haven't signed an MOU yet,
I know.
but now that I see him in person, I may not want to. But I think it'll be good for us because we'll be able to get the true costs of what it does to operate, especially if we got new employees now in our water plant. Today is actually the first working day of our new water plant supervisor, Alvin Howell, who came from Cornell. He's got a 1A license, and he's been working part-time for us for the last month. He gets out of work at Cornell at 2 o'clock, so he's been coming up, working a couple hours in the afternoon and working weekends, learning the plant for over a month now, and he's hit the ground running this morning. So we're looking forward to that transition. We have not gone out to bid yet for our contract for our sewer water separation, our sewer separation water project that we're putting in new pipelines for both the water and separating our combined sewer system. So that should go out any day now. And those of you who know that the city of Auburn, Iowa, and town of Owasco submitted a second lawsuit for the Owasco Lake rules and regulations. So we were actually supposed to be in court right now, but it got transferred to Albany. So if that was going on this morning, some of us wouldn't have been here. We would have been there and supporting that endeavor. But so we are looking forward to going forward with that lawsuit and second lawsuit as well as the first one, and hopefully we get a favorable outcome down the road. Hopefully 2025 will be the year, so we'll see. Any questions?
Yeah, that was my question, but you all think it'll be that this lawsuit will be settled 2025? Is that your anticipation, your hope?
The hope is yes. The hope would be, but I don't, who knows?
Right. Yeah.
Right now, they've already asked for an extension, so, with the extensions, the change of venue, the, political atmosphere, you never know what's gonna happen.
Okay, great, thank you. Cayuga Lake, do you have anything?
Yeah, I think there's a couple things. The Cayuga Lake Watershed Network and the Cayuga Watershed Intermunicipal Organization co-hosted, co-sponsored a seminar program in December on the TMDL on Cayuga Lake, and as well as phosphorus issues. Tony Peake presented at that, as well as a couple other people. It was very well received and attended. And it was actually, the content was very good, so that was quite successful. Also, those two groups, as well as Clean, submitted a request to DEC to extend the comment period on Cargill, the salt mine's request to store additional leakage water. The original, I think, was December 20th, maybe, and that's been extended until January 19th, give or take, something like that, the comment period. And then, so I wanted to mention the same thing that I wasn't sure where the project was, but that's really good that they had pieces of money for the what I call the hub money, what the official title is. And I know Quio is talking with municipalities about trying to take advantage of some of those opportunities. So that's what Cayuga Lake is at this point, I believe.
Great.
At the Quio meeting this month, they're going to do the TMDL again if people have missed it.
Yeah. And is Roxy online? She had
No.
something to add. Okay.
No,
Well,
she's not.
Let's assume then that I covered everything really well.
You did great. I promise.
Thank you.
Okay, doesn't look like we have anyone for Cross Lake or Duck Lake, but we do have Pat for Lake Como. What's up, Pat?
Well, just want to let you know, you hear?
Yes.
Okay, I just got word a week or so ago from Solitude that they answered the 3 issues that DEC wanted by permit and submitted it to them. So we're waiting now to see if they're going to approve it or if they're going to throw some other roadblocks up in front of us. So we'll hopefully next month I'm hoping to have a good report that we got our permit started. Weather up here at the lake is, I was noticing our lake is frozen over and thawed 3 times since December. Right now it's thawed. So hopefully we're going to get some cold weather so the ice fishermen can enjoy the lake. Other than that, everything's pretty quiet here. Thank you.
Thanks, Pat. I think we're all set here. All right, no one for Little Sodas Bay, but we've got a Wasco Lake. Ann, how are you?
It's good, thank you. Happy New Year to you all. Just wanting just a recap that last month we had a very positive outreach effort at the community college along with the management council. We're grateful for that, getting a lot of renewals of membership from that. We are continuing with CSLAP in 2025. We are meeting this afternoon for the Bob Brower Scientific Symposium Planning Committee. Can announce that Tony Pressagiacomo will be presenting, Dr. Kim Schultz, Dr. Lisa Kleckner, Dr. Adam Effler, and look forward to more information. Registration opens in a few days. This is for March 8th at Auburn Public Theater. And other than that, it's been quiet. We're doing good.
Thank you so much, Ann.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Patty with Skinny Atlas Lake.
Yeah, good morning and Happy New Year to everybody. Yeah, it's fairly quiet for us too. We did put out our milfoil matting report at the end of the year. We covered about 6 acres this year, and at the end of the season, we did the surveys, took almost 60 hours to do the surveys for next year's matting. We were doing a little year-end push to get some membership renewals, and we've been out looking for replacements for the milfoil boats because they're kind of getting to the end of their useful life, and figuring out what to do that with that and how we're going to pay for it and typical stuff. So that's pretty much all we've got. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Patty. All right, Aaron for Planning Development Board.
Sure, good morning. Not a whole lot to report. We are starting our stormwater workshop series up again. These are the online courses, 4-hour classes taught by John Dunkel, really related to stormwater permitting. So on February 26th, the class is going to be about redevelopment and retrofits. I can send more information out as we develop our online advertising. I'll send that to Michelle, and you can send that out to everybody who is interested, I guess. Otherwise, we still have that stream bank stabilization WQIP project on the western shore of Skaneateles Lake. We took a trip out there. I'd never seen it before, so that was fun. Took a trip out there just in the middle of December. That's looking like we'll probably get that done in 2025. So that'll be great. Also, I'm working with Liz Kreitinger at the Cayuga Lake Watershed Network to develop a grant application to fund to get some funds for Discover Cayuga Lake, which was really not something I was familiar with, but that's like the floating classroom on Cayuga Lake. Is everybody familiar with that by any chance? Does that ring a bell?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I was not. So it's educational for me. So there's a DEC has money for community environmental education. It's actually due this month, so we'll be working on that. That's it.
Great, thank you, Aaron. If you don't mind sending the link to Michelle or actually me for
Okay.
the stormwater fund credits.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
Will that be, Aaron, will that be a free class?
They are not free.
No, I'm sorry. Right, these are really geared for engineers. So you get PDHs for them if you're an engineer, but they do cost 175. I think 175, maybe 185 a piece.
Okay, thanks, Aaron.
Yep.
Okay. The DEC Great Lakes program isn't here, or PRISM, or Finger Lakes Water Hub. So, Adam, why don't you finish us off here?
Yeah, we're going for a record, so.
Just 20.
10:24.
My goodness, let's go on and on. Happy New Year to everyone. So I commented on the rules and regs update, the new lawsuit there, so keeping a close eye on that one. Regarding our collaborative project with the district, provide an update there. This is through the National Fish and Wildlife Foundation Sustainable Great Lakes program. We recently received from our consulting firm, EA Engineering, the 60% design set, as well as the first submission for the permit package. That's through the DEC and the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. So Tim and I both had an opportunity to review that 60% design set. It looks like the material costs of that project are expected to be above what we had initially considered. But our plan is to look towards getting the proposed sites designed and finalized with regards to engineering designs, with the expectation that we won't likely implement all of those particular site stabilization practices for those locations. And the district is then positioned to use those, the completed engineering designs under future grant programs to continue to implement. That's what we're looking at as a strategy for that project in terms of costs. We'll also look to having the consulting firm engineer that we've been working closely with present to the council board in the near term regarding the 60% design set Also, for our 90 Plan Coordination Committee, we are working towards developing a report for the last year and a half of our implementation initiatives. We'll be working with Michelle on that project. Of course, doing so is important, not just for reporting to the public, but for keeping us all motivated and making progress towards new work. Okay, we're always keeping a close eye on relevant bills through New York State. And through a recent update to the Cayuga Lake group, the one that seems like it's getting the most traction, at least in my view, is this PFAS Disclosure Act, where the legislators will proceed, are looking like they're proceeding with legislation to require clear and concise procedures for testing PFAS in wastewater discharges, and that would require operators with speedies permits to disclose the measured PFAS levels with the public. There are also initiatives with legislation towards requiring more monitoring for HABs, and as part of that particular legislation, they would be looking for associated mitigation practices as well. And those are championed by our science legislators, so Anna Kellis from the Assembly, and also Senator May. So anyway, we'll keep you updated if I hear anything new on that, but I know a lot of us are keeping eyes on that. And then generally, New Year initiatives for us, year after year, include review and revisions of our more detailed objectives for both the Management Council and for the Inspection Division. So we'll be reviewing that with those respective groups, considering land acquisitions for 2025. There are a couple on the docket for us to consider there. And then, of course, we'll be embarking upon our annual financial audit and pro forma requirements. That's all I have. Any questions? Ed?
The PFAS, do you guys already test that? So is that going to be a burden on you, or is something you're going to do new? Or?
Well, we have done limited testing early on just to try to understand what PFAS levels we're receiving from our area. That's relatively low, but the methods that we used weren't the correct methods at the time. They hadn't settled on a specific testing protocol. My guess is our new Speedies permit, when it's issued, hopefully this spring, we're still operating under our old permit that expired a year and a half ago. I think a lot of the delay has been in PFAS regulations, waiting for that guidance to come out so that we understand. We've signed into a few class action lawsuits as a city, both from a drinking water standpoint as well as a wastewater treatment plant standpoint, to try to put the onus of the PFAS reductions on those who are generating the PFAS, and not necessarily on the ratepayers who don't generate the PFAS but have to deal with the treatment of it from other sources. Generally, the city of Auburn, I think, is fairly lucky in terms of, we don't have an airport. It would be a pretty high potential for elevated PFAS levels. Most of our industry doesn't appear to use it, but it's in everything. Landfill leachate is going to be one that we're going to have to watch closely with the city's landfill now closed. We are connected to our landfill from the leachate collection, and then we treat it. It'll make its way into all of our industrial pre-treatment permits, I'm sure. But a lot of us is still kind of watching and waiting, because it's something that we'll have to measure both in our biosolids that we're treating, as well as our effluent in the water that goes out to the Wasco River.
So as a collective sewer agreement, that would just be built into the cost and the additional funding that's needed for that?
If we need to add treatment or additional treatment at our wastewater plant, It's kind of all locked in, tied into our existing.
So do you have any
agreements.
estimate what the cost would be?
My guess is, and this is a guess, that the city won't have to do anything
Okay.
because I don't anticipate the levels to be that high, like downstate or Long Island or areas like that. We'll see. We haven't really done much formal testing yet. It's all speculative at this point. Time will tell. Our biggest potential would be landfill leachate, and we do accept landfill leachate right now from Ontario landfill. But that, if those are driving our PFAS numbers up, we just don't accept it anymore.
Yeah, right.
Which is a revenue hit, and we'll have to make up that revenue through our rates somehow, but.
Or charge them more.
But then we would have to have a treatment system.
Yeah, but let them pay for the treatment they're causing.
Right,
Yeah.
yeah.
What
That's
even
the idea,
is-
is all the treatment should be at their landfill before the leachate's hauled.
What even is the treatment in wastewater for PFAS?
So in solids, it can be done through pyrolysis is probably for us the closest, most feasible option. In the water, the effluent stream, they're making like these package systems that you just run it through. But it's still kind of too early to tell. I think.
Yeah.
Forget exactly what the technology was. It's kind of like a black box where high numbers come in and low numbers come out. They don't tell you how it works. They're like, this is the magic $4 million box.
That only one company makes, and they charge many millions of dollars for it, and
Yeah,
Sign me up.
it's in everything. That's for sure. Keith probably has the highest level because he's the oldest.
it does accumulate over time.
That accumulates.
There's research done on.
Sorry, Keith.
We're still recording stuff inappropriate.
Just because you're a good sport.
Yeah.
Okay. Any other questions or comments? Shall we take a motion to adjourn?
Oh, yes.
Second?
Second.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
We wouldn't get out of here after 12 o'clock.
Oh, okay.
Just,
Wait,
know.
can you even second, can you vote?
Yes.
You're a voting member?
Yeah.
Yes,
Oh,
I am.
okay.
Do we have quorum today?
Yeah.
Yes.
Evan saved us, thanks
No.
Evan, and then a couple other people did join.
And here, I didn't you turn on me.
I honestly, I didn't know. I truly did not know. You never really vote on anything, or I mean, like, you don't like motion or second.
this vote doesn't matter. That's
Dr. Joya said they use foam in Europe for PFAS removal.
What kind of foam, Dr. Joya?
I think he left after he sent that.
No, he's right there still.
Where?
I'm curious, he's on the bottom right. I'm curious
Oh, yeah, there
because firefighting foam is the source of,
Right.
aerating it, making it into a foam.
They're
Interesting.
doing that, like micro aeration, micro
Cool.
bubble.
And then what? Does it just
Well, yeah,
settle
then
out?
what?
Like,
Exactly.
and then where does it go? I'll have to look into
High heat,
this.
you can destroy it through incineration.
Which is
methods.
ironic considering what PFAS are used for.
Right.
Oh my God.
Dr. Joy is so smart. I wish I could just have as much
This is pinky.
memory as he had as if he forgot as I know.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Skim it, then to pyrolysis.
Yeah, pyrolysis. Pyrolysis. That's how I say it, pyrolysis.
Pyrolysis, some catalyst lately.
Okay. I'm gonna look into that.
Did we finish?
Yeah, we did. Everyone voted, all in favor. No one was opposed. So meeting adjourned.